How was COVID there? Were they disappearing people?
Not where I lived,
Yeah.
because Wuhan is relatively north.
Yeah.
So I think Mongolia is not a real thing. Wuhan's kind of midway between Beijing and Shanghai, so it's probably
Okay.
gonna be around here somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know for sure, but so we, Chinese New Year, they give a break, like they stop the
Everything.
whole everything, like they stop doing everything. So Chinese New Year happened, and then they shut the whole country down, and then COVID happened, like the beginnings of COVID, like during Chinese New Year. So it was just kind of like, there's a new disease out, guys. Shit is getting weird. Stay tuned for more updates. And this is while Chinese New Year is happening. So people are like traveling abroad. There's people who've left China. There's all
when
types
is Chinese
of
New
shit.
Year? Not January
It
1st.
changes. It fluctuates year by year. It's a lunar cycle. So it's like it's around January to February each year.
Okay.
But it moves around a lot. So it's just like Chinese New Year happened, everything shut down, and then from there, they was just like, there's a new disease out. People were flying out. People were overseas, and then they were just like, we're gonna extend Chinese New Year, so don't go back to work yet, don't go back to school yet.
Wow.
We're just gonna stay shut down for a little bit. And then, so everybody, was kind of happy at that point. They're like, oh shit, couple extra weeks of vacation, let's go. And then it started getting worrying, like, all right, when are we going back? And they're like, no, just shut down for a little more. Then they acknowledged COVID. Then they shut everything down, no flights in. So there were people who were stuck outside.
Couldn't get back.
Of China.
Yeah.
Couldn't get back in. There were people who were stuck in China, couldn't get out. We stayed the whole time. And then it was just kind of just like nobody knew what was going on. Like, when can we leave? When can we stay?
Would they let you out of your homes? Or?
Yeah, we could go buy groceries. At one point,
but then
they
right
were
back.
Like, well, you could be outside, but we had these codes on our phone. So it would be green, yellow, or red. So red meant you have COVID. Yellow meant you were around somebody with COVID, or you were in an area where somebody had COVID. And green meant you were fine. So if you had a green code, you could go wherever.
And you would have to show people your code?
You have to scan your code. Yeah, you have to show people everywhere you went. You have to show the code.
And so it's like, hey, and they would send you come in contact with someone. You were at a restaurant 2 days ago. Someone else had it there.
Right.
So,
then your code would turn yellow. You wouldn't even know what happened.
And people are like, we don't want you here.
It wouldn't even have to be a restaurant. It could be like the train station.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some shit with there's 1,000
How many times
people.
did you get yellow?
Never. Not once.
Interesting.
Not once. But it wasn't. They were very they were very locked down. Like, we were very, very locked down. Like, if somebody got COVID in the city, they would shut down the city.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, if a yellow or a red coat showed up, like, across town, like the equivalent of the Bronx.
Yeah.
And they would be like, all right, New York shut down.
Wow.
Nobody can come. Nobody can go.
Wow.
Right. Until the shit is over. Like, they would do that periodically. And then we eventually just opened everything back up. And then that's when America shut down. So that's like March-ish, late February, March or so.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's because prior to us opening back up, we were kind of like, once this shit opens back up, we're going back home. You know what I mean? Like, fuck this. This shit is not worth it. Fuck China. Fuck everything. We're going home. And then we got out of it. And that's when America, because and mind you, I'm like on my Instagram, sparingly, but I'm like, yo, shit is crazy over here. I'm showing my mask. I'm in the store. People like, yo, watch out. Be safe, bro. Yeah. Hold it down, sir. You know what I mean? Like, that's the messages they're sending me. And then March comes, America shuts down completely. And we were just like, you know what I mean? We were just like, fuck, I guess we here.
Yeah, where's there to go? Everyone's trying to get that last flight to America with the idea that, like, this disease won't be in America.
There were a bunch of flights like that, though.
We knew a guy who he missed the last flight out. There's always last flight outs. He missed the last flight out from Vietnam.
People were chartering planes. People were like chipping in and like getting private jets.
But he said,
then there was like a whole thing where people were like leaving their animals and being like, if anyone's flying to America, please bring my dog. And it was just like, it was crazy.
That dog's dead.
But it was cool.
Damn. How hard was it once you finally did leave? Like, getting used to and like making the decision, like, it's because you were there for years.
Well, I wanted to leave because I was already broken up with my ex, and I was just kind of just like struggling, not struggling, but just like suffering through it.
Yeah.
Until it was time to leave. Like, I was very much looking forward to leaving and getting back to New York. Plus, like, when I was there, it looked like everybody was super successful. You know what I mean? It's like a bunch of streaming shows coming out.
Here?
Yeah, like in New York, there was a bunch of like festivals.
COVID made people step up.
People are doing fucking spots and shit. I'm like, I want to get back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like the biggest. I'm not gonna say I was the biggest thing in China. Obviously, there's like huge guys from there, but like for what I was doing, for the effort I was putting in, like I was where I could get. Like outside of that, I would have needed to dedicate myself to Chinese comedy. You know what I mean? To like figuring out the scene, producing shows out there, getting government licenses. And I didn't want to do that at all. Like, I didn't even want to be there.
It's not part of joke telling.
Right. So I was like, I wanted to get back to New York. I want to compete with the fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With
You got right in.
I want
You
to
got
go
right
back in the
cellar.
NBA. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get back in the NBA. I want to get back and compete with the fucking competitors. I want to fucking go after a killer or go before a killer or host for a bunch of, you know what I mean?
Like if Hitler
And
came
that's-
back, he's not working at a 7-Eleven. He's
Right.
getting back to murdering.
Right. He's taking on Putin.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
He's going right for
Exactly.
Putin. We're like, damn, do we
Get
fuck
my
with
spot
Hitler
back.
now?
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's you,